So my mom want to know the tea, basically. I was so thrown off because, like, what? She was like, so what was the hiccup? I'm like, what, you talking about what he was, he said, you're doing good now, but at the beginning, y'all had a hiccup. What did you do? What was the hiccup? Fill me in. That's what I'm asking. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, all right. Roshan, I'm like, okay. I'm like, you gotta promise not to be mad. She like, I can't promise you that. I'm like, please. I'm like, I don't want you to get upset. Just tell me you're not gonna get upset. Promise. I don't make promises. Promises is meant to be broken. Just tell me, because I'm getting impatient because I keep on saying, tell me, and you're not gonna tell me, and that's gonna make me upset. So I'm like, okay, just come with me. She like, why I gotta do all this? Why you just can't tell me what's going on? I'm like, just come with me, Mom. So she followed me. We go straight to Marky room. I'm not gonna do it. He's like, come in. He on his bag. It's like a bean bag, but he on his bag or whatever. And he like, yeah, my mama like, you might as well wrap the game up and get ready to shower and get ready to lay it down. Because you have school tomorrow. He like, but Mom, I'm doing good at school. She said, I don't care about that, Marky. You're not finna be on, you've been on the game for hours. It's time to give it a break, right? So my mom talk, he like, what I do? So she like, you didn't do anything. I'm just telling you that it's getting late and it's time for you to get ready to go to bed. So he like, all right, I'm finna go shower. So I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm like, bro, so Mom wanna know about me and the fourth period teacher. So he like, about what happened? I'm like, yeah. So he like, how Mom know? I'm like, she say she not gonna get mad if we tell us. My mama say, see, you lying on me. I did not say that. Believe him if you, I did not say that. It depend. I said it depends. Don't put words in my mouth. See, you just lied on me. So I'm like, nah, cause you can't get mad. I'm like, Mom, please. She like, one of y'all better get to talking and talking fast. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, so Mark, you just my witness. So, cause he was there when it was happening. Oh, okay, so y'all knew and didn't tell me. What's going on? I'm like, I'm finna tell you. If you don't tell me, I promise you I'm finna bop you upside the head. I'm like, Bob, it's not funny, Roshan, cause I kept chuckling like, I'm trying to get to it, but you keep cutting me off. So I'm like, well, when I first started going to his class, I'm like, he was giving me a hard time. I'm like, but he had this thing where it was boys was going to be versus the girls. So the girls had to go to one side and the boys had to go to one side. So he said, everybody like go to their sides. So I go over there with the boys, right? And so he like basically said no or whatever and told me to go over there where I belong on the girls. But I explained it to him like, hey, I'm just basically different. Like, I'm like, you can go to the principal. So me and him kind of went back and forth. I'm like, it had kind of got a little bit to the point that we had to go to the principal, and the principal kind of fixed it. But I'm like, he always tough on me. I'm like, and I also told Mark because I felt bad, and I'm like, Mark stuck up for me. Now here's the deal. Notice how I didn't tell my mom everything that Mark did, like how the way Mark came in, disrupted the class, how the way he, you know what I'm saying, was messing with the man, cussing the man out in the hallway, ditching the class. I didn't give her, she don't need to know every detail. You feel me? So I just said that he was, you know what I'm saying, he stood up for me. So she said, so the principal, so everybody knew but me. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, it got fixed, so that's why I didn't tell you. Okay, good to know. Noted. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So she walked off, right? So me and Marky just right there. So I'm like, what you finna do? He like, I'm just finna go get in the shower. So he grabbed his towel. He get in the shower. I dips. I goes in my room, right? So I'm like, man, I gotta ask Mom about this swimming thing. You know what I'm saying? Can I go with Charzetta? So I'm like, I should call her. I got her number, but she got mad too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, she ain't call me, but I want to call her. Like, I want to call Shorty. You feel me? I want to call Shorty. So I'm like, all right. And want to go, and I want to go to this swimming thing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna ask. This is the perfect time for me to ask my mom right now. Like this right here is overall the perfect time. So I go downstairs. She's in the living room, like, and so she see me. She's smoking her. She got the big long joint. She's smoking. She like, what's up? I'm like, can I ask you something? She like, what is it? I'm like, so Saturday, I wanted to know if I can go over to my friend. They got something going on. She was like, yeah, long as you be back before your curfew or at your curfew. And so I was just like, oh, okay, it's at 12 p.m. She like, who you going with? Let me guess. Is it the people that keep throwing the parties? And I'm like, well, yeah, yes and no. I'm like, no, it's this girl. So she like, okay. So I'm like, yeah, she got, I think, like a swimming tournament or something going on, but she's swimming Saturday and she want me to be there. Okay, long as you be back before your curfew. I'm like, I will. She was like, you're doing good in school. I really mean you're doing good, but pick that D up. I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up, man. And if anybody do anything disrespectful to you, you come to me. Why am I always the last one to know? I'm like, I'm sorry. I just thought that it was handled. How was it handled when I don't know what's going on? I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. She like, did he embarrass you in front of the other students? Or did he embarrass you just like y'all talking one-on-one? I'm like, no, he did it in front of everybody. I'm like, I cried to Marky. She like, okay. Noted. So I'm like, okay, she'd been noting a lot of things. She said it out loud, right? So boom, I go on here. I go to my room. So I'm like, man, I wanna call Charles out so bad. So I'm like, I'm gonna call her, but I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna let it half ring, and then I'm gonna let it half ring, and then I'm gonna hang up. So boom, I let it half ring, and I hung up. This girl legit in a few seconds. It wasn't even Joe. No time waste. She called back like, why you? I picked up. She like, why you call and hang up straight like that? So I'm like, oh, that was an accident. So she was like, how was that accident? I'm like, the phone was in my pocket. She like, so the phone went right to my name and called me. I'm like, yeah, and I noticed. She like, so are you coming to my thing Saturday? I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I'll be there. She was like, okay, be here at 12 so we can all leave together. So I'm like, all right, cool. Right? So I hung up. Boom. My mom ended up telling us to get up. I mean, very nice. She was very, like, she didn't come, get up, like, bamming at the door and nothing. It was very smooth. Like, this is what good grades get you. You talk to us nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So my dad is home. And so my mom like, hey, before you get dressed, I want to let you know. The principal said that he's talking to you and Dorothy, right? I'm like, yes. Soon as Dorothy guardian come, give me a call because I want to be present. I want to be there. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, all right. Like, I really don't want you at my school because I want to be like there free in my own world. But now this is gonna be a nervous wrecking ball day for me. This could be a tough day for me because now I know you coming up to the school. So, but I'm playing it calm. I'm like, okay. So boom, I shower. Marky, he get himself together. So Marky like, you ready? So boom, we leave out. We get ready to go to the bus stop. Marky people come now. His people are comfortable with me. We smoke a blunt. I'm ready to tap in. I'm comfortable at school. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I tapped the blunt. But I ain't smoked the whole thing with them. I just tapped it. Boom, they smoked the whole thing. We missed the first bus. The second bus come. Boom. So now, normally Mark will always go into the cafeteria, but I was missing that first bus. Time is ticking. So he like, I'm going to just grab me some real quick and head to the locker. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to my locker. All right, I go to my locker. And as I'm going to my locker, I see the security guard looking at me and he's like telling me to come in. So I'm looking like who he talking? I'm in my locker. I'm in my locker. Like, who he fanning at? Like, did he fart? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, ignore. Anyway, so boom, hey. He like, you turn around. So I hear some people like, hey, I think the security guard. So I'm like, huh? So he telling me to come in. So I come to him. I'm like, yes, you Roshan, right? I'm like, yes. Like what? Like first off, I only seen this security guard by the bathroom sometime. I don't see him a lot. So he like, cause the principal said that to tell you to come here. I'm like, you sure? He like, yeah, he actually, I was in the office and he saw you come in and he said, hey, can you grab that student? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, can you tell me what it's for? He like, I really don't know. He just told me to grab you. I'm like, okay. So boom, he like, let's go. So he like, you want to take your books back to your locker? Like, wait, what? No, I'm going to class. I'm going to class. You got me? What you talking about, Sway? So I'm looking confused going in the office. So I see Dorothy. So I'm like, oh, and I see her grandma. So the principal was like, he comes out. He like, all right, all y'all can come on. So I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm like, I need to call my mom. He like, but I already talked to your mom yesterday. I'm like, nah. I'm like, she told me that whenever you decide to tell us to call. He like, okay, well, call your mom. We'll wait. Right. So they going on ahead and they goes in there with the principal, Dorothy and the grandma. Dorothy ain't even look my way, ain't say nothing. All right, cool, thank you. But the security guard right there, so she probably playing it calm. So boom, I called my mom. She's already just now coming home from dropping Caleb off. So I'm like, hey, they here. She like, okay, I just got done dropping Boo Man off. Bet, here I come. Trust me, I'll be there no less than 5 minutes. First off, I mean, I wasn't a driver yet, but I knew like that. This is no way in case you speeding. There's no way you finna make it that fast in case you speed like Speedy Gonzalez. The lady make it there. I don't know how many minutes, but it was pretty fast. And it didn't feel like I was waiting that long. She walked in. She like, where they at? So I'm like, hold on, wait. This is the other her. Like, so I already know like this part of her. I already know. So I'm like, oh my God. So I text Marky. I'm like, hey, mom, at the school in the office with me. Make sure you go to your classes, right? I'm texting. So, boom, the principal, like, all right, you can come on. So, my mom like, okay, I've been ready. So, we walk in, and I go in there. So, my mama said, you can sit down. You can have this chair now. It was, the grandma was sitting down, and then it was another chair. Dorothy was sitting in the middle, and it was one more empty chair. My mom could have sat there, and I could have stood up. But my mama like, no, I want you to sit there. You sit down. So, you hear Dorothy like, this not even your mama. Like, who is this? And my mama turned around and say, nobody want to know. My mama said, I'm the bee that don't nobody want to know. And so the principal's like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I know you upset. He like, and I know that I know what's going on, and I do understand. But Dorothy, you must stop bullying people. So y'all just gonna automatically believe this? Y'all gonna automatically believe whatever this is in the chair? My mama say, yeah, swing, because you bully everybody. I want to see you hit my son, because I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna be Roshan for one day, okay? So I want you to hit me. So the principal like, we're not thinking about nobody. Hold on, wait. I know what because I don't want no hitting going on. Listen. The principal, this is why I said this man was so G classified and so chilled and laid back and cool. He went to go get the dean, the counselor, Dorothy dean and counselor, and a security guard. Now we are jam-packed in this man's office, right? And so he said, because I'm going to need witnesses and everybody need to talk respectfully. And so like, I'm like, okay, like, mom, please be respectful. Like, please, everybody, like, because I can already tell that my mama is ready to turn the tone up a notch. So my mama said, okay, as long as they respect me, I respect them. But I'm up here because she's the bully, not Roshan. So it doesn't work like that. Not over here. And nobody better not touch me. Put your hands on me and watch. I can have this whole school arrested because number one, she need to be into an alternative school or a bad school, a boot camp or something. She's going around bullying the rest of the students. And so Dorothy like, how you know? You don't even go here. You sure this not his? So she kept saying like, basically like my mom was my sister. And I'm like, no, this is my mom. And I'm like, please don't disrespect my mom. So my mom looked over at the grandma because the grandma really wasn't saying nothing. She was like, listen, I understand that this is your grandbaby, but your grandbaby going to get hurt very soon. She's going to get hurt because she's going to be playing with the wrong people. It's somebody out there tougher than her. So the security girl like, okay, so look, we're not going to get nowhere by yelling. So let the principal talk and then y'all take turns talking. So boom, the principal said this is how it's going to go. Y'all gonna do every day for 2 weeks inside, of the class, at least 1 hour, face to face. So I'm like, but I don't want to be at the school. Like, I have stuff to do at the school. I got after school stuff to do. And so my mama like, I don't agree with that. She's the one doing wrong, not him. So Dorothy was like, why do I always got to get in trouble? I'm like, no, you the one threw that juice. I'm like, I saw you throw it. I saw you and you laughed. Right. So she's bringing up the juice. So her grandma said, well, you know what? I think that you should suspend her. Right. Straight up. That's what the grandma say. So my mama said, yes, because somebody got to go. Because I'm not going to be coming up here every day and then I'm going to end up in jail because I don't play about mine. Not at all. So the principal looking at my mom, but he not looking at like, oh, yeah, you right. Like, pop off. He looking like, this lady is crazy. This lady is buck wild. So, boom. Dorothy gets upset. Like, I don't want to be suspended, please. I'm already failing all my classes and woo, woo. So I'm sitting there like, you up here being tough and ditching and picking with people, but you failing. Like, what? So my mama sitting there like, is we done? Because I'm ready to go. So I'm like, I need a slip, right? So boom, the principal, he wrote me 2 slips. And he was like, please, y'all just, after your suspension, y'all just stay away from each other. Somebody do something else. I'm going to have to kick them out of this school. He like, and that's just going to be final with me. I don't care about who you are, who your parents are. You would be removed from my school because I don't condone violence. Like, boom, there like that. So my mama like, okay, agreed, because I definitely don't want to, y'all don't want to see the side of me. I don't want to even show that side. So the principal's like asking, can he talk to my mom, like, by herself? So my mama like, I don't go to your school. You don't need to talk to me. You can talk to her. Come on, Roshan, let's go. So the principal was just standing there. My mama yoked over here, bro. I was just like, oh my God. So boom, we go to my locker. So it's people, it's like guys and girls, but it's guys. They like, Dag, who is that? Dag, who? They checking my mom out. So I'm like, yo, that's my mom. So my mom like, relax, don't pay no attention to them. So people are flirting with my mom. I see Roosevelt, right? He comes out. And so he like, hey, yo, what's up? I'm like, what you doing in the hallway? He like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He like, Dag, she fine. I'm like, yo, watch what you say about my mom. He like, wait, that's your mom? I'm like, yeah. He like, that can't be your mom. I'm like, this is my mom. So my mom like, I am. And so he like, oh, I'm sorry. And he goes to the bathroom. So the bell rings. So my mom like, make sure you go. Do I need to walk you to your class? Because I want her to pull it. I want her to pull it while she coming out the office. I'm like, Ma, it's okay. I'm like, you want me to walk you to the truck? She like, no, you ain't got to walk me to the truck. So boom, my mom goes. I go find Mark right away, tell him every single thing that happened, right? So boom, I'm like, Roosevelt, I'm like, come with me. I'm like, before the bell rang, because I had 2 passes and the teacher didn't put the principal didn't put no time on it, so I could use it anytime I want. I'm like, hey, let me go see that I make the team. I get there and I look and I didn't make the team. And I was like, he said he was going to take me. Like, so Roosevelt like, you didn't make it? I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, but it's cool. I'm like, maybe next time.